Assalamu alaikum, this is Dr. Hasna back with another group of drugs. Now we're talking about the antimetabolites, all right? So we've already talked about alkylating agents. We understand their mechanism of action. Now the second step is let's figure out the second groups. Whenever you learn and whenever it gets too overwhelming, oh my God, there's so many groups. All you need to do is watch my course and that's it. That's the only time you'll ever memorize. While you're watching with me, I want you to start memorizing so that you don't have to memorize alone and be like miserable and memorize. Because when you're memorizing with someone is like studying with you, it kind of works. Loner memorizing is kind of depressing. You're probably thinking so many groups, so much things to understand, but guess what, you've come already this far, so don't you think you can go 10 times more far than this? So yes, it looks daunting and never ending syllabus, but go one by one and it works. So just like that, for antimetabolites, we'll go one by one. What I want you to remember is a little bit of the DNA molecule. Now the DNA is formed by these bases, purines and pyrimidines, all right? So purines and pyrimidines are basically the ones that do pairing and form that DNA molecule. Purines are adenine and guanine, whereas the pyrimidines are thymine and cytosine. So basically, if anything causes these bases to not form or just interfere in the way they're forming or become snakes, let's become snakes and interfere in this. So giving you a reminder, always remember this, that to favor oncogenesis, we need to favor cell cycle, go crazy with the cell cycle, meaning that uncontrollably divide. Don't let the cell cycle stop. That's literally oncogenesis. No matter how many damaged, defected DNAs have formed or maybe some repair is needed, that doesn't matter. Keep going, keep multiplying and make more damaged cells, totally fine. That's cancer, right? So we always have to try to favor stopping the cell cycle. So our drugs will do that. These drugs are going to try to stop the DNA formation. Why will it stop the DNA formation? Because it's going to be like, okay, this whole situation in the cell cycle is going crazy. Let's attack the DNA. When do we encounter the DNA? We encounter the DNA in the S phase. S phase is when the DNA replication happens. If you remember that, well done. Okay, so DNA replication happens after the G1 phase. S1 phase comes in. S1 phase, you have DNA replicating. It opens up and the pairing happens between the purines and pyrimidines. And once that has happened, another DNA molecule is formed. G2 happens and then mitosis happens. So S phase is very important in antimetabolites. So we should know firstly what are antimetabolites. Antimetabolites are, this girl was specific. So they're cell cycle specific with an S. And what do you mean by S? They are specific for the S phase of the cell cycle. And what do you guys need to form DNA, guys? Could someone tell me? We need the adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine. Oh my God, some innocent person revealed it. And then those drugs were like, okay guys, you know what to do. So these guys are antimetabolites of the purines and pyrimidines and a few other agents that are going to form DNA and nucleus, basically the S phase. The genetic material transfer phase, that is when these antimetabolites will come and destroy. So that S phase doesn't happen. And the second reaction I want you to know, to form thymine, yes, it's a little bit difficult and a little hard if I start explaining to you the whole biochemistry. You guys have already studied biochemistry. Have an idea that to form thymine, we need this guy over here, okay, DTMP, all right? To form DTMP, we need this enzyme called thiamidylate synthase. Now, the names that I am saying right now, I'm not mentioning all biochemistry reactions, but this reaction I'm talking about is because you'll need to know the names, okay? So thiamidylate synthase, memorize it right now. Thiamidylate synthase is needed to form the thymine base, all right? And thiamidylate synthase will catalyze this reaction to form the DTMP and thymine formation. It is also going to be in this reaction where tetrahydrofolate becomes the dihydrofolate. So if dihydrofolate doesn't exist, even this reaction cannot exist, right? So this can't exist then. So everything is interlinked. My point is that for this reaction to keep going, the dihydrofolate needs to get converted back into tetrahydrofolate. For DHF to become a THF, we need an enzyme called dihydrofolate reductase. If this is not present, there's a problem in this entire process. If this is not present, then there's a problem with this entire process. All in all, if you can just remember, this is a smart study hack, is that if you can even remember that thiamidylate synthase activity is going to stop, dihydrofolate reductase activity will stop, and in turn, this will inhibit DNA synthesis. Even if you can remember that, good enough. Just remember these two reactions. Now let's talk about the antimetabolites. Now we're going to apply the knowledge that I just taught you. These are CCS, act on S phase. They are basically antagonists of purines, pyrimidines, folic acid, and eventually their main purpose is to inhibit DNA RNA synthesis. Now that makes so much sense just because we understood some concept without looking at the bookish knowledge. Now what's next is that I want to tell you about the various antimetabolites, and I'm going to talk about their mechanism of action all together one by one, and then we're going to discuss them each individually later. But the mechanism of action, let me just discuss it with you one for all of them, okay? Remember, they're basically, all in all, if they ask you what is the action of antimetabolites, be like, all in all, they do this. But if they might ask you a specific antimetabolites mechanism of action, in that case, you'll mention the specific also. Methotrexate mechanism of action is basically dihydrofolate reductase inhibitor. If you can remember that, that's good enough. You don't need to know more than that. Dihydrofolate reductase. If you are studying last minute before exam, it's enough for you to just know it's a dihydrofolate reductase inhibitor. For your MCQs, it's perfect. If you want to know more, then you can say that in turn, it is an antagonist of folic acid. So this was the guy that antagonist of folic acid. So it interferes with the nucleic acid and protein metabolism. So basically, I'm just reading out what the book is saying. It's saying the same thing, but in basically, main thing is that dihydrofolate reductase inhibitor. So this is the difference between studying yourself and a teacher telling you, or like basically benefit of my course is that I tell you the exam mindset of how you'll be asked this question. You don't really need to memorize each and everything, word on word. No, it's easy. Usually the reason we're so worried in exams is because we think that, oh my God, we're supposed to memorize so much. This book looks like filled with so much and I'm going to die. No, there's always an easy way out. Next, Mercaptopurine and Thioguanine. Remember, their name is telling you what they're doing. They are anti-metabolites of the names. Purines. Guanine. What were adenine and guanine? They were purine. So these are purine antimetabolites. Next is fluorouracil. Now fluorouracil, remember this trash can. I'm so rude. So remember the dump trash can and remember the trash shopper. I don't want to say anything bad, but this could be SHIT as well. But I'm not going to say the word and we try not to say bad words. But this is trash, guys. This is trash. Okay, it's TRASH. Okay, so this is trash. Remember this. TS. Or why do we remember TS? Because fluorouracil is an inhibitor of thiamidylate synthase. They need the words in MCQs. They will need you to say the word. What is the mechanism of action of 5-fluorouracil? You have to select, is it inhibitor, purine, antimetabolite? They'll trick you. So it's not enough for you to memorize this generic. Next option will be, is it a ribonucleotide reductase inhibitor? Is it a dihydrofolate reductase inhibitor? Or is it a thiamidylate synthase? And you will know the trash, T, thiamidylate. That's our answer. Fluorouracil is worse. Okay? So basically what it does, it converts, basically itself, it converts into F dump. It's a dump, trash. Okay? When it converts into dump, then the dump is what stops the thiamidylate synthase. So this is just way it stops eventually the DNA, RNA synthesis. Okay, because these are important in those. Then we have the cytarabine. Okay, cytarabine, I did not give it in a separate column because there's only mechanism of action that you should learn for cytarabine. Nothing else is like specifically more important. So we already had a purine guy. Can we have a pyrimidine guy? Yeah, who's the pyrimidine guy? Firstly, fluorouracil is pyrimidine guy because he is also stopping thiamidylate. So thymine base is not forming. That's also pyrimidine. But in specific, if you had to mention what is cytarabine doing, it is pyrimidine antimetabolite. And don't forget this word. It stops the enzyme DNA polymerase inhibitor. So you should know the specific enzyme they're inhibiting. And finally, gemcitabine. Now remember the gem. Beautiful gem. I wonder why I used the term gemcitabine and why I showed a gem over here. You'll understand soon. So it basically inhibits an enzyme which is a little bit complex. But I want you guys to know, make an R over here and you are a ribonucleotide reductase. So when something is daunting and scary and it's a big word, what I tend to do is just split the word up. So it's a ribo, then nucleotide, everybody know what that word is, and reductase inhibitor. Okay, and no DNA is formed because of that. That's enough for you to know. Okay, so if I were to ask you cytarabine, DNA polymerase inhibitor, if I had to fluorouracil, trash, thiamidylate synthase inhibitor, gemcitabine, gem is a R for some reason, so ribonucleotide reductase inhibitor. If see, I'm memorizing with you, I'm showing you that with closed eyes, I'm trying to memorize so that I try to take the poison before you guys. If I can do it, then you can do it.